goes another 20-year-old.
Holy shit, I hate those guys.
Gotta hate 20-year-olds.
Fuck these guys.
Somebody help these 20-year-olds.
It's time to figure it out, Ricky.
Fucking touch me.
Don't touch me. Don't fucking touch me.
I don't know.
I'm just feeling low energy right now.
I'm feeling a little low energy.
We need to fire each other up. We need a fire up exercise.
Titty twisters?
Titty twisters?
I don't.
I'm kind of fired up. I think we can do better than that.
Shots.
Shots of what? We have nothing.
I got some mystery alcohol.
Okay. How mystery is it? How does one even come across mystery alcohol?
But you know what? No, you know what? We don't need drinks.
I don't need drinks. I just want energy from you right now.
I just need to wake up a little.
Okay.
Manifestation. Should we do one of our manifestation exercises?
Manifest. That's what I was thinking.
Is that what you're gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Carrots.
Okay. You are not tired. Open your eyes wide open.
Yes.
The world gives you energy, motivation, success. These are all your things. You're literally a vessel for all the world's energy coming through you right now. You're wide awake. You're alive. You know how unlikely it is to even be alive in this day and age? You got the fucking life force flowing through you. The only reason you'd even think about being tired, that's the devil in you, boy. and you just got to forget about that. All right? You know what? They didn't drink Red Bulls in the cavemen days. You think Jon Snow needed coffee when he was beating all those White Walkers down? No. You got the life force in you. You just got to fire yourself up. You got to get excited. You're on a podcast. It's a Tuesday afternoon. Where are you not? Tell me where you're not right now.
Not at work.
You're not at work. Say it again.
I'm not working for the man.
You're working for yourself. So get excited because this is what you're doing for work right now.
All right.
You fired up?
I'm pretty fired up.
All right. Welcome to Too Many Jams.
Show about all things 20-year-olds.
With help from friends, experts, and own personal experiences, we hope to shed some light on those issues that seem to leave our age group lost and confused. Not to shame on anyone who is at work on a Tuesday right now.
Yes.
We just use that to get us out of our own funks. Because as much as you might hate being at work right now, you can sit there in your chair and go, how much money am I getting paid to sit here right now?
Because you know what? If we were to answer that question truthfully, it would be
about a case of beer a month.
$500,000.
It'd be about a case of beer a month.
Yes.
No, we can you load up your podcast?
Yeah.
Your fucking
my notes here.
Your notes here. We had a big week last week and a big weekend. We just launched our first single. We've been talking about it forever.
Single and music video.
Yeah.
The music video as well came out last Thursday.
So we'll put the links in the descriptions for the music videos, but because it's all online now, if you just search John Famos, JOHN FAMOS, 2 words, John Famos. The song's called Mid-20s. That's all one word, and 20s is spelled with the numbers. So it's like MID20S. Anywhere you listen to music or watch music videos, it's fucking live. We had a huge party last week. It went so well. We blew the doors off that thing, dude.
Sold the place out.
We sold it clean out.
It was... What?
Do you remember the last time we tried to have an event?
Yeah. But you know what? They're a little bit different. You know, this time we were offering some drinks involved, and
did we not offer a drink at the last event? I'm pretty sure we did.
No.
Yeah.
Did we?
Yeah.
I don't think we did.
We 100% did.
And the tickets were a little less expensive for this one. So, and you know what? We had a pretty dope venue for this one.
Yeah, we had a cool venue. It was just fun. You know what? The only problems I have with those events, and we'll get there one day when we're like famous, and we have a team behind us, is I would love to not throw my own event.
Fuck. Preaching to the choir, man. It would be nice just to show up there and everything's done, and you know, we didn't have to worry about any back end stuff.
Dude, I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off there. It's like invite 150 people you know to a room and then not be able to spend more than 45 seconds with any of them.
Yeah.
But that's what it took to make it go well. We got a standing ovation for the video. We played it twice. A lot of pats on the ass from people saying they really liked it. It's been on repeat for them all week. We'll put the song at the end of the episode too, just like in the podcast, because we own it. We don't even need permission.
Yeah. You know what? And maybe even pay ourselves a couple royalties for using it.
Yeah, let's fucking sue ourselves for using our own music. No, it was just nice to get that done. We've been working on that song and music video since September.
Yeah, it's been so slow. Like, I'm just happy that's done.
I'm happy with music out there, and I'm happy people like it.
Yeah.
Imagine doing that much work and people are just like, oh, it's good. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Cool. And being like, dude, that was 9 months of my life.
I know, right? So, and we got 3 more songs coming out too.
Yeah, but those ones I'm less worried about because we didn't spend like 9 months and shoot a whole music video around it. Like,
yeah, that's true.
Like this was, we sought out to make a banger. We're like, let's try to make the best song we can make.
And this one was a bit of a like shot in the dark too. Like, since everything was so last minute put together, and then we like tried, and then we did pull it together for like the last little while, but. So for the next video, we've already been talking with Matt Tompkins, who was on our previous episode, about shooting our next video, which I think we're going to do in about a month or so. But this time we're going to have the song finished first and just like have it set and ready to go. So hopefully this process won't be so, you know,
no, dude, I think
tenuous.
I think we'll definitely be a lot quicker about it, but I don't think it's going to go all smooth and rosy peachy because in the 9 months we spent working on finishing the song and EP, neither of us have gotten better at music production.
I think it's going to go more peachier.
we got better at putting it all together, finding kind of like the supply chain that finishes a song, the guys that mix it, master it, but in doing all that, we weren't doing like practicing production techniques and stuff like that. I think we'll hit the same roadblocks. We'll have to bring in the same people to help. Yeah. And it's going to not be done in 2 weeks like a fucking walk in the park. But also we skipped ahead there, dude. So the song, we launched it about a week and a half ago. Yeah. It already just hit 1,000 streams. And that's hard to get to.
It's dope.
That's when Spotify stops saying, like, you know what, when a song on Spotify and it says less than 1,000 plays, makes me so sad to see. You're like, at least on YouTube
is listening.
At least on YouTube, like right off the bat, I think our music video, which launched only like 4 days ago or so, it has like 600 or 700 plays. And that sounds impressive to me. It like looks impressive. I'm like, oh, nice. If it just said less than 1,000, oh, that would hurt.
You know what? I was thinking about this the other day, actually, just about how YouTube is the reflection, like the YouTube's community, or like the YouTube community, the reflection of videos is so honest because you could see how many times something's watched, you know? Like you think someone would have complained about this by now or something with like, you know how like Instagram's taken away like the amount of likes in Canada and stuff. It's sort of the same concept on YouTube where it's like, you know, you have videos that are like 50 plays or like 60 plays. It's just like, it's so honest. It's like, okay, there really isn't no one watching this.
Yeah, like no matter what, you can see exactly how successful someone is.
Yes.
It's really scary because at least on Instagram, dude, since they took away likes, I don't give a fuck about how many likes I get. Yeah. I used to care about what time of day I posted it, you know, how fire the pic was. I don't give a fuck anymore. They totally fixed that, but now I feel bad for the people that worked really hard to get that number way up.
I know, right?
And you're like, oh, sorry.
And ironically, I got the most likes on a picture. Like my most recent post.
No one was ever going to know.
And no one will ever know. Also,
you know why you got the most likes in that picture?
Why is that?
Because it was the first picture you put up of your girlfriend of almost a year.
Over a year.
Oh, well, are you counting like time before seeing her, like officially?
Yeah.
Yeah. No pictures in that entire time. My cousin literally DM'd me being like, Robbie has a girlfriend?
Who?
Kyle.
Really?
Yeah. I'm like, yes, sir. He's like, wow, I had no idea. I'm like, you and probably 320 other people that liked your photo.
I did it for the Instagram likes.
Oh, you waited long enough. Before I was starting to think, I was like, why is he not posting pictures with her? Like, is there some sort of reason? Is this guy trying to be shady? But you're not shady at all. So I'm like, okay, that's not it. What was the reason? You're like, I just haven't found a good pic. And I'm like, that's not it. And I think it really was your girlfriend didn't like any of the pics you chose.
Yeah, there was multiple pics where I'm like, I'm going to throw this one up. She's like, no, I don't like it. Like, wait till we get like a good pic. And so this one's not on me. I would have thrown up a pic at least, a month, a month ago.
Dude, a month in, buddy. You would have been a month in.
But also what I was going to say is now that they don't have Instagram likes, now that you can't see the likes, you used to be able to verify people by, like, if you look at their profile and you'd be like, okay, this person has 20,000 followers, and then you look at their pictures and you're like, okay, they only got 97 likes on this. Suspect.
Okay,
right?
But those are just lazy people because it's so easy to buy likes as well.
I know, but what I'm saying is that you can't verify these people anymore.
Yes, you can.
How?
Comments. At the end of the day, when I would verify people, it's always comments. Like, yeah, okay, I could, because I when I was running my business account, I was self-conscious because I was like, dude, I have 6,000 followers and I'm getting like less than 200 likes. This was when Instagram changed their algorithms way back. So we were getting like 250, 300 likes on our business posts for jewelry.
Yeah.
And YouTube changed their algorithm, or Instagram changed their algorithm around to not be chronological and be based on interest. And 300 likes on 6,000 followers, I guess Instagram was like, oh, that's not a lot of interest. And also we weren't posting a lot of stories. Like, we weren't playing the Instagram game because they just came out with stories and all this shit. And like, we ended up getting like shuffled down into I saw my likes drop in half. It went from like 300 to 150. And I was like so self-conscious that I started liking people's photos. Yeah. You know what I mean? Just like blasting likes on everyone just to make up for the difference. And the problem with that is you get a lot of likes back by people that don't follow you. Yeah. And so I stopped doing that since, because I was like, I don't give a fuck anymore. But I started to look at other people's businesses page, and I would like check just to see if they're doing it too. And not that I judge, but I was like, okay. I was like, I have a list in my head. I know all the people that do that for their business. But now comments. So this is what you do. You go on their page. Yeah. And you look at the commenters. Yeah. And if it's just like same deal, people that don't follow them or like random accounts, and it's just saying, love this emoji, or like fire, 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 or more of this, or yeah, completely like you can count most of those out. Yeah. You have to see stuff that's like specific to the picture, like, oh, I love your hat, or post more, like this is great, or anything that's a real person speak. You take a look at that and you can compare that to the amount of followers they have to see their engagement. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah. That makes sense.
Like, you can tell a fake comment from a real comment.
Yeah. I guess there's still comments there that you can judge for engagement.
So if you have 1 million followers and you get like 1,000 comments and it's all just like complete gibberish names, and it's like love or like fire, fire, fire emoji, like all this stuff. And it's just like, and the person's responded to every one of them to double her comments. You really got 500, or her or him. It's probably someone with a bit of a bolstered following. Okay. Have you ever heard of follower bombing?
No. What is that?
Holy fuck. Okay.
Is this like a new?
This dude, I heard about this the first time. This was maybe 2 years ago. I was giving some jewelry to Loud Luxury before one of their Toronto shows at Union. Not this last year, but the year before, right before Body came out. And don't get distracted. Sorry. Like sending a fucking email right there.
I was just checking a text message.
You remember 2 years ago before Body came out, they played Union. I brought them some jewelry, and I met I met them at a hotel before to give it
I
to
remember.
them.
Yeah.
Brando, the guy who sings on Body, was in the hotel room. And I remember them being like, yo, this guy, this is Brando. He's about to hop on. We just did a track with him. It's about to blow up. And I was like, cool, man. So I followed him on Instagram. I was like, looking forward to it. And I was like, oh, dude, you got like 25,000 followers. Like, you're already huge. What do you mean you're about to blow up? And he's like, no. He's like, they're all fake. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Very honest of you. I like that. But like, he's like, no, dude. He's like, a friend of mine follower bombed me. So you can buy followers, right?
Yeah.
So you just put in the account you want them to follow, apparently. And so some friend of his just went and bought like 20,000, 25,000 followers.
Oh, yeah.
Put in his account and follower bombed him. And it's like a brutal prank because in order to stop that, you need to block 25,000 people. So it's not like you can just like decline or whatever. It's like you have to go through 25,000 accounts. So it's like too much work. So I ended up just making a new account.
That's
going
fucked.
fresh.
That would suck. That happened to Eddie.
You think that happened to Eddie? Did you ask him about it?
Yeah, Eddie told me that.
He got follower bombed?
Well, I think in his bio it says, thanks so-and-so for buying me all these followers or something. He's got like 30,000 followers.
That's fucking brutal,
I
man.
wonder how much that costs.
That's a great question. Never looked into it.
Yeah, maybe we should look that
Should we
up.
follower bomb each other, dude?
Just for a little
Follower
notoriety.
bomb. For a little variety. What's next on the list here?
Okay. What do we
Oh, you know why it's taken a while? Because you got distracted by that text message.
Cottage weekend. You want to talk about that gnarly scar on your face?
Oh, yeah. If you're watching the video online, let me see if I can get in close here. Travi took a little bit of a tumble this weekend. There's a big cut in the middle of my nose and on my forehead and my knee. I got a little sauced. And there's some guys at the cottage this weekend that could huck. You're looking at follower bombing here?
Yeah.
There's some guys at the cottage that could huck backflips. And I'm just going to talk to the camera because you're in a fucking world right now.
I'm just looking at how much to buy Instagram followers.
Yeah,
For
this
about
is great. This is great content.
US, you can get 500 followers.
$6 US. What's 20,000?
I don't know. I'll have to look into it.
Okay.
But what does that equal to? So that's like 10. So say $10 US per 1,000 followers.
Okay, so 20 times 10, $200.
Yeah.
Okay, that's like
Roughly.
a very expensive prank.
Yes.
Maybe there's cheaper sites. These are probably like authentic followers. You know, this is like somebody being like, oh yeah, like let's buy authentic followers, where you could probably just send a fucking bunch of bots for like $50. But anyway, I was at this cottage. There's a couple guys hucking clean backflips on the tramp.
Yeah.
And you know me, I get a little jealous.
Oh, I don't like anyone being better than me at something.
Well, just like we both have the same mentality when it comes to stuff.
Yeah.
We all want to be, I don't want to be great at anything like that. I
Yeah.
just want to be impressive.
Exactly. I want to be able to impress people.
Yeah, and on a trampoline, in order to be impressive, you have to at least huck a backflip.
That's like bare minimum.
Bare minimum. And I'm going to be honest, I'm going to admit this on the podcast. I'm not too proud of it. I couldn't huck a backflip before. I've never done it.
I'm surprised because you do them off like
I just never
high
had trampolines
things,
in my
like
life.
into water.
Yeah, it was never like a,
Yeah.
it was just, I'd literally been on a trampoline maybe 5 times total in my life. Maybe 6. Just,
It's scary first time you do it.
yeah, well, that's why I have a cut on my face. I literally, first of all, great time to learn backflips. Wasted. So much confidence.
Oh,
These
yeah.
guys were hucking flips. I literally saw the guy hucking flips was so drunk that he hucked a backflip, hucked a front flip in succession, lost his footing, launched straight through the safety net, ripped the whole safety net off the trampoline, landed on the ground, Popped right back up, and I was like, dude, can you teach me?
No wonder you got that cut.
I know.
Chose
So
the biggest liability. To
well,
instruct
we were
you.
all fucked up, right? Like and so he hops on there, and he's like, he told me a bunch of stuff. I can't really remember. I'm super drunk.
Yeah.
And he helped me rotate. You know what I mean? Like I would hop, and then he helped me rotate. And then I was kind of like landing the ones he helped me with.
Yeah.
And then he stopped helping me rotate, and I jumped and came right down on my face. And
So wait, is that like from the trampoline?
That's from the trampoline, yeah. That's my knee, my face, and my forehead.
Oh, you got on your knee too. Wow.
Yeah. I just slammed, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
wow.
But safe to report that once you slam, the best move is to immediately try it again.
Yeah.
So I just powered right through it and landed 2 now. So I think it's safe to say I'm pretty rad on the tramp.
You're pretty much an expert.
Yeah.
So, once our neighbor lets us hop on his, you'll be hawking.
We have a neighbor right behind our house who's got a trampoline and a basketball net. And right when we moved in, we're like, Operation
Become friends.
Yeah. I was like, I don't care if they're 6 years old, dude. But turns out he's 16-year-old. He's actually a legend.
Yeah.
I talked to him for like 30 minutes the other day.
Legit, dude.
He's hilarious. Like it would be, if it wasn't weird to invite your 16-year-old neighbor over, I'd hop him on the pod because he said some whack stuff.
We almost should. I think that'd be funny.
I'll get express permission from the Guardians.
Yo, speaking of eating shit while doing backflips, do you remember when I tried to do that one in Hollywood?
Yeah. Oh, dude, I'll put the video in the podcast if I can dig that up.
Yeah, find that so we can put that in there.
Yeah, but you oddly didn't get cut up from that.
No, it wasn't full on face eating shit.
It looked like it was.
It was pretty close.
A big dust cloud.
But I used to be able to do standing backflips and flips off like walls or trees and stuff. And I think I've since lost the ability in some way, or I don't practice them enough anymore. But when we were in LA, like a year and a half ago?
It was 2 years ago, man.
2 years ago. We were climbing up the path. Yeah, we were climbing up the path to go see the Hollywood sign, and there was like this open spot that I'm like, oh, this would be a dope place to do a backflip. So I'm like, yo, film this. So I go.
As you're speaking right now, I'm gonna have the video edited into the podcast video.
Oh, perfect. Okay. So I'm like, okay, amp up for this one because I just landed. I hadn't done them in a while, and I just landed one a couple days prior while I was on the beach, and I go to rip this backflip, and I just land right on my face.
Well, okay, maybe I'll put the video now because I didn't realize. I thought you were about to say that punchline to the story right before. You slammed hard. I don't know how you didn't get cut up because you like literally exploded a dust cloud into the air, and. But I think on the trampoline, you get a little bit more height when you backflip. So the slam was like my face landed and the trampoline clearly contoured because it's a bridge of my nose that's cut, which normally like nothing would touch that if you got hit in the face. So I think the trampoline literally like contoured into my face and just like tore the bridge of my nose and my forehead. Like I must have hit it on an angle. Do you remember when we were flipping off my dock, the second story of it?
Yeah.
And I thought I had the brilliant idea to... I had a selfie stick for GoPros that's like 6 feet long.
Yeah.
And we were just hucking backflips. And I was like, dude, I'm going to get an amazing video of me backflipping with the selfie stick way out. So it was just like a cool angle. Not even realizing that rotational physics, how it works. But like the more length you have... the slower you like rotate. You know what I mean? That's why when people flip, they tuck. It brings it into a tight roll. But I literally hucked a backflip. The 4 foot pole took all the inertia out of the backflip. I stopped completely upside down and backwards over the water and just landed directly on the side of my face again. And I have it all on GoPro.
I don't know if I ever saw that.
Well, you had just jumped and I went right after.
Yeah. That was good. Backflips.
Good thing about GoPro, man. At least when you slam, it's on camera.
Yeah, except for that one time on my skateboard.
Oh yeah, missed that slam. And the one time I crashed my dirt bike, it was a one time I wasn't filming with GoPro.
Always happens.
I bring my GoPro every time I ride.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not gonna do anything cool. Went out, ate massive shit. Like,
Yeah.
It's funny how that works. Speaking of eating shit, what do we got next on the shit list here?
On the plate? What do we got next on the plate? Boat. Did you want to talk about a boat?
Oh, Sean's boat. Holy fuck. Yo, shout out my buddy Sean. Surf boats have come so far. Like, technology for boats, and the fact that you literally have to buy a massive vessel just to create a wave that the ocean like shits out on the regular, like a 4-foot swell. But dude, I got to give it to these boats now. Literally, I don't know how to explain it, but like a wedge comes down. This is all the technology these boats have to make the perfect wave to surf behind. So how this works is you get a wakeboard boat and you fill it with like maybe 1,000 pounds of water because it has all these ballast tanks. Then it has a wedge underneath the boat that comes down to suck the bottom of the boat even lower into the water. And then it has a gate, a surf gate on the side of the boat, which is a wedge that comes out beside it.
Yeah.
And in order for the boat to make forward momentum with all these gates and wedges and weight,
It's got to be so powerful.
dude, it's like we're going 10 miles an hour and it's like,
It's crazy,
It's
eh?
crazy. And when the surf gate is out, so if you're surfing the left side of the boat, it's the right surf gate that comes out.
I know.
You can't turn.
I surf on Daniel's boat.
Does he have a surf gate?
He's got a surf gate, but every time they're like, because every time I'm out there and they're having issues with the wake, I'm like, dude, the surf gate's on the wrong side. I swear I tell him this every time. He's like, no, it's supposed to be on that side, not the side that you're surfing on. I always think it's supposed to be on the side you're surfing on. I don't know why.
Dude, but like it's when the surf gate's out, I have the steering wheel on full left just to go straight.
Really?
I think I don't know if there's a problem with this boat, but this thing, the wave was, so I'm 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
If you go down right at the teak deck of the boat and I'm slouched over, the wave is at my shoulders.
That's fucked up.
It was the biggest wave I've ever surfed behind a boat.
And this is what kind of boat is this? This is a brand new 2019 Malibu
Wake Setter. I don't even know what they.
Wakesetter,
I don't know if they have a different names of it, or it's always been the Wake Setter. Dude, shout out! Could surf that all day. Like fuck Hawaii. It was a nice. Dude, I'm just shredding.
Did you guys get two people out there?
You can easily get 2 people out there. You can surf.
You didn't though?
We didn't know.
Yeah.
You could surf 2 people on it, no problem. Like no rope, 12 feet back. They have all these controls. Whether you want more ramp or you want more length from the wave, you can bring the surf gate in or out, and you can change the height of the wet. Dude, it's just nuts. Paradise. And it's got like, I don't know why boats have the best speakers out of any vehicle known to man.
It's so true.
Bumping our song all weekend, probably at least 100 of those 1,000 plays.
Unreal.
Just an absolute. It makes the cottage like we don't have a surf boat, and like no shade on my cottage, but fuck, I want a surf boat.
Yo, same here, man. Same here.
The Sea-Doo makes up for a lot of it. I do. Some of my best days are you and me just going out on that little Sea-Doo. Mm-hmm. We both both haul our Sea-Doos up to either one of our lakes, and we'll just go on like it's like a motorcycle for the water.
Yeah.
Like that's what it feels like. It feels like you're just going on a little road trip, like you see all those biker gangs, except you're limited a bit more to like waterways that don't like stretch across all land like roads do. But you're pretty good. You're on the Trent Severn, and you have yachts literally that roll through with twice the wake that these wakeboard boats put out, just because they're like 60-foot yachts.
Huge. The my lake. There's a lot of boats that pass through it, so I've found a good spot to go and camp, where I just go and sit there and I wait for these big ass fucking boats to drive through, and then I just terrorize their wakes, and it's incredible.
I would say that is more fun than surfing. When you get a big yacht and you're on a Sea-Doo, and then it goes close behind surfing. Do you remember the first time I
yeah.
took you out wake jumping?
Yeah.
And you didn't have the throttle timing right?
No.
And you submarined yourself into like a yacht wave?
But do you remember when you do you remember when you first sent it off that one big boat? You saw this big boat and you just got wet immediately, and
Yeah.
you just went for it, and it was the biggest send I think I've ever seen. Do you remember that?
I went to space and back, man. Like these, because we're not talking about like stand-up jet skis. We're talking about like
Vessels.
your dad's fucking Sea-Doo. That's like 800 pounds
Like
that we
3-seater.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we're flying them. I think mine goes 60 miles an hour, and I'll usually just hit waves at like straight 40. And you can go 20, 30 feet of air time. They fly, man.
We fly.
I love that.
You got to hit the wave properly. But
I've definitely eaten shit. But
have you?
Yeah, I've been thrown off of it, but I haven't flipped it.
Oh shit!
You know what I mean?
Get dangerous flipping one of those.
Yeah. The thing is, when it starts to get squirrely, like I did with the dirt bike and my dirt bike crashes,
Yeah.
I like to eject.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like when I crashed my dirt bike, I had a thing called whiskey throttle. Dude, speaking of crashing dirt bikes, you fucking need to. You crashed my dirt bike the last 2 times you rode it.
Yeah.
We got to repair that for this summer.
I know.
But my other dirt bike, you get something called whiskey throttle. So like dirt bikes have a twist throttle.
Yeah.
And it's cool and all when you're in control, but when you really think about it, once you're out of control, you get pulled back, right? Like say something happens and you kind of get pulled back. You obviously have to hold the steering wheel tight to like try to bring yourself in, but the throttle's on there. So when you hold it tight, the throttle twists back, it pulls you back even harder. You open up the throttle even more, and the acceleration stops you from being able to stop yourself from doing this. So you end up getting whiskey throttle, and you start accelerating out of control off the trail or in whatever direction you're pointed.
Yeah.
And like the only thing I could think to do was fucking ejector seat. And same with the Sea-Doo. When you land squirrely, and I know it's going to be like a shit whip. Yeah. The second I land, I just ejector seated.
Like how much airtime we talking here? Like you must have been up there for these times when you've ate shit.
It was only once.
Oh, okay.
No, I went pretty vertical and I got a little off axis.
Oh.
It wasn't one of my distance sends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got a little off axis and I just pulled the old safety chute, landed beside it. The thing came down weird, but self-righted. Yeah. Or like just like stabilized. Nothing like the stand-up jet skis. Like those are literally those are like take a stand-up paddleboard, lack of stability, and then put a huge engine in it that goes 60 miles an hour. It's the least safe thing I think we've ever done.
I can't wait to get back on it.
We took them out last week or 3 weekends ago. I forget.
You took one out.
I took one out and I broke it. So Robbie didn't get to go. But you're also surfing all weekend. You took the surf priority, so I take...
You served just as much.
No, I did not. I let you have double the surf. You were literally going around in circles, dude.
Yeah, because I just take the opportunity when it's there. I would have gladly hopped off.
I took the old stand-up jet ski opportunity when it was there.
Fair.
What else we got on here? Dude, it's June 25th. That's nuts. Oh, yeah. Robbie and I, we're going to the Stones this weekend.
Oh, yeah. Epic.
Fucking right. Mick Jagger, tell me the story about how we got these tickets again. VIP tickets to the Stones.
Okay, it's kind of a long story.
Mick Jagger heard our single, and he signed us, and now we're in the Rolling Stones.
Yes, exactly. That's the end of the story.
That's the end of the story, yeah. Moving on.
But so my mom's brother got these tickets as a birthday gift, and
didn't Mick Jagger have like a heart attack or something?
Yes. Yeah. So Mick Jagger ended up having to have heart surgery within the last couple months. So the concert was then called off. So then people who were supposed to take these tickets made plans to do other things. Like my parents, they committed to going to a wedding and like few other things, right? So anyways, now that the concert's back on,
Like he
they
just
found
was
out-
like his heart. He just did the surgery and
he did the surgery and like he's recovered. And he's like, apparently the first show was epic, like of the tour that they did like
fuck, I'm excited.
last week or something. And so the tour, so the concert was back on, and then my uncle had all these tickets, so he was looking for people to fill the spots. So anyways,
We're going.
We were the lucky. We're part of the ask. So we're going to the show this weekend. It's gonna be tons of fun. It's on Saturday. People are camping out, eh?
I know.
And you know who else is the Beaches?
Yeah,
Glorious Sons
love it.
and the Stones. And it's fairly early, 8:45 at night.
Is that when they go on?
That's when they go on.
Are you gonna come back to Toronto after? You're gonna shoot north?
No, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back north.
You're gonna go to your cottage?
Yeah, you'll probably end up coming with.
Yeah, and then I'll shoot to my cottage the next day.
Yeah.
How will I do that?
You'll park at maybe
Maybe we drive to your cottage first.
Yeah, maybe we drive to my cottage on Friday.
Okay.
Come up.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll go up to my cottage on Friday, and then because we're gonna go over there like reasonable time Saturday, like maybe like noon, like 1-2ish.
Noon 30.
Noon 30. Because they got like an afternoon of festivities planned, and then there's like a bunch of bands playing, and we got free rides there and back.
Yeah, cool. And then I'll just drive up to mine the next morning.
Yeah,
That works perfectly.
perfect. So that's our weekend.
The only other thing on the list I saw was I wrote down hyperbaric oxygen chambers.
You want to talk a little bit about some barrack chambers?
Yeah, well, let's just say how this was supposed to go. We write some things down in the like the notes that we want to bring up on podcasts, like funny stories or things we remember. So I was like, hyperbaric oxygen chambers was on this list, and Robbie's like, "What's that?" And I told him the story, and he's like, "Oh yeah, cool, that'd be funny." And I was like, "Dude, how do we even incorporate that into a podcast?" And like way long ago, Robbie was supposed to make a joke segueing in.
Oh yeah.
And you completely forgot.
Yo, you smacked your head on the trampoline. Might have to hit those hyperbaric chambers again. Boom. Didn't you have a story about hyperbaric chambers?
It was even written on our list in front of us. Yo, can I also mention how hot our house is right now?
Fucking steamy, dude.
I'm sweating like a hyperbaric oxygen chamber right now.
They're warm in those things?
No, it's totally
Okay.
ventilated. Perfect. When I went through my concussion, I forgot to talk about this in the concussion episode, but one of the nuts treatments I did.
Also, can I just, I got to be at work at 4:00.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to, if
Yeah.
if you want to talk a little bit about
Cool.
the hyperbarics.
Cool. Can I roast you real quick first?
Yeah, roast me.
Every
time.
fucking time, dude. Every Tuesday, I'm open all day. You spend 90% of it with your girlfriend, and then you go, "Hey, Trav, right before work, do you want to squeeze in this podcast?" And then we get cut short. So it's her or me, dude.
Sorry. I mean, we got through like, it was like 40 minutes.
Yeah, it's all good.
45 minutes.
I'll finish it alone. Cool.
Sorry, I just got to chat.
Yeah, no worries. Because I plan my day appropriately, I will use the allotted time for this podcast to finish it.
Okay.
All right. Do you want to just get your see you next Tuesday in?
Yeah, I will see everyone next Tuesday.
Cool. All right, later, dude.
It's not a goodbye. It's see you later.
All right, cheers.
All right, cheers. We'll see you guys later.
All right.
All right.
I'm
so,
here still. You can leave. Okay, yeah. So we were supposed to segue into this one story. Basically, these hyperbaric oxygen chambers are chambers of pure oxygen that you go in to recover from injury. So like I was like really struggling to get back from these concussions. So I was looking for anything, and I came across these chambers, signed up to do it. And a few things happened that I thought were hilarious. One, you're in like a medical tube, like it looks like a decompression chamber that like scuba divers go in, except it's like got glass all around it. They slide you in, they seal it off, and you're in 100% oxygen for like an hour and a half. And literally any spark, I feel like at 100% oxygen, you just like combust. And I didn't know this for sure, but like that's all I was thinking for the entire hour and a half. I would do it twice a day, but like they put a little like wire on your finger to take away all static electricity. But I'm like, what if it's just like such a little wire? It looks like a keychain. And I'm just like, what if somebody forgot to attach it, or if it just like frayed a little bit and like I literally spontaneously combusted? It would ruin the entire time. And they wouldn't put a movie on for me to watch because I was in there for concussions. And they're like, no, it's just like, so all I had in there for an hour and a half twice a day was my thoughts. And the only thing that stopped me from thinking about spontaneously combusting at any moment was I would just like obviously like go in my mind and think. And I remember I had all this time. I remember working through my entire 4-year relationship in those chambers to the point where I finally understood the female perspective. I was like, I get it. I was like, it took me 4 years and then 4 weeks in oxygen chambers to understand the female perspective. And I remember understanding everything that was going on. Like I was having relationship issues and I thought about it from every angle. And I was like, oh, I totally got it. And I remember coming out of those chambers, having a chat with my ex and just like laying it on the table. And she was like, yes. She's like, that's exactly right. And I think we ended up going on a break after that chat and splitting up because it was just like, it totally nailed it. I also wrote an entire scary movie in my head, and it's so scary. So if you're a filmmaker out there and you want a scary movie idea, I'll give you a little preview. One, it involves Native Americans because I don't think anyone's touched on that in a while because it's a little sensitive. But all my favorite ghost stories when I was growing up at camp up north involved like native burial grounds. And I have a bunch of like ghost stories that I incorporated into like this nutso scary movie. Hit me up. I will give it to you for free because I just want to see it get made because it literally is the scariest thing I've ever thought about. And the third side effect of these chambers was unlimited cardio. Yo, I'm telling you, you could run. I remember I read online that running was good for your brain rehabilitation and stuff like that as well. So I started just hopping on the treadmill after I was in these chambers for like 2 weeks. And I remember just like turning it up. I'm at 7 miles an hour, 8 miles an hour, 9 miles an hour. I'm in a full sprint at 9 miles an hour. And I'm just like feeling pretty good. And I remember maybe like a mile or two in at 9 miles an hour, not even being close to being tired. And having one of those like no one was there to witness me. I was in the basement of my house and I was like, Ma! Like you gotta see this. I could run 3 to 5 miles at 9 miles an hour, which is absurdity. And I wouldn't even stop because I got tired. I'd stop because my muscles were blubber, but like my cardio system never ran out. And the people at this oxygen chamber place told me that a lot of marathon runners hop in these things like 2 weeks before a run, and it's total cheater city. Like I don't think it could get you through 26 miles or however long a marathon is, but like if you're already in fantastic shape and you just want to cheater your way through a marathon, highly recommend it. I started to go on like Forrest Gump style running sprees through my neighborhood. Like every day I would just run everywhere. So try it out. It only costs $10,000. But if you have a jewelry company, which I did, I sold them. There was like a whole family operation running it, and they were really into fashion. I ended up like selling jewelry to the whole family. I think it was like almost $2,500 worth of jewelry I sold them to reduce my medical things. It's not covered. But if you're rich, hop in there, dude. 10 grand, unlimited cardio. If you don't say you have a concussion, they'll play movies for you. And you can literally, any relationship issues you want to pop through, or you want to write a horror movie or anything, dude, highly recommend it. 10 out of 10 hyperbaric chambers. What's up, dude? You're back.
Hey.
Do you want to give the sign off? Because I'm about to give it.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
It's not fun telling stories when you're not here. I felt like Chris D'Elia there.
I'm sorry.
That sucked. Don't ever do that to me again.
Okay, I think I won't.
Yes, you will. You do it every week.
I promise.
Okay, you guys heard it here first. If he ever does that again, what do I got to do?
You get to. What's it good? You get to. I'll be your personal chef for the day.
Holy fuck! All right, deal. Deal.
All right.
All right, and with that, the music video or the songs that come next. Check out the music video in the link to the description. Robbie,
we'll see you next
Tuesday.
Adios.
I'm not fucking leaving. The show goes on.
Sunrise, I'm in paradise. King of this castle feels so nice. They ask me, how long can you live this life? I ask myself that question every night. Said, oh yeah, there's people all around me. I know they're my family. They're skating in the backyard. The girls are tinning. Pass me a brewski, just how I like. I'm bad like Bruce Lee, but getting in no fights, no fight, no fight, no fight, no fight. Now give me one good reason why I should leave. This is my house, these are my friends. It's all up to me. It's tough to tell the days is on, it's overdrive. I like your hair, I like your smile. I said, now ooh, yeah, who's the little girl in the blonde hair looking at me funny? Is it Xan, is it MDMA, or what are these kids even doing these days? Oh shit, who the fuck keeps playing Body? Your red light fantasy is open in my mind. Well, I tried to be, I couldn't leave you when you came around last night. Oh, I know that you love me, and like I said, I love it too. But if you're not here to stay, I think a fight's on its way, and I don't want no fight with you. Now give me one good reason why I should leave. This is my house.